I don't know. What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about the stock market.
Okay. So this morning, all stocks across the board were tanking. I don't know what they're at right now. I've been really busy. I haven't been able to check in as much.
Yeah.
But it's because Johnson & Johnson paused a COVID vaccine. So Johnson & Johnson, everyone knows who they are. Very big. I would almost call them a chemical company. They make a lot of different chemical products like baby powder, shampoo. They got their hands in some other businesses that also make some products like that. I don't know where they have their hands, but it's pretty deep.
Yeah.
So they paused it because they were doing trials, and I think it got to the human level. So that's like, what, stage 3 or whatever?
Yeah.
And phase 3. And they started having unexplained illnesses with one of their vaccines. So they like stopped everything to figure out
On multiple people or one person?
It was just one person, but like it like literally just happened like yesterday. So, and then the news came out today, Tuesday. So they paused everything because they weren't sure what was going on, and if it is something that's really serious, they want to make sure that it doesn't go to like the other patients or anyone that's like working with those trial patients.
Yeah.
So, but it's a really big deal because I'm pretty sure Johnson & Johnson is a part of the Dow Jones. I'm pretty sure they're a top 30 company.
Yeah.
So whenever a company like that, I mean, just think about it this way. Anytime President Trump says anything about the vaccine, and then maybe like the CDC comes back and is like, no, that's not true. It's like whenever you hear the leader of the country say something, and then the leader in like drug medicine is saying no, it causes a lot of confusion. And we already saw what happened when the country shut down because of COVID. So anytime anything is said negatively or positively about COVID, it like disrupts the market. So because Johnson & Johnson is such a big company, and then they said they were leading this thing to find a cure or to find a vaccine.
Yeah.
And when they come and say, we're pausing it, you have a Dow Jones top 30 company saying, we're going to pause vaccines. It kills the market because everyone's like, oh my God, it's like so much farther away. So
yeah, I'm wondering, you know, Johnson & Johnson was one of the 3 or 4 people working on the thing.
There's quite a few. There's like 5.
And I know that they are talking about, you know, the 10 million doses already in line to be rolled out as soon as that one, whatever strain is approved and whatever's the most effective after the after the stage 3 trial is up, and they feel confident that it's ready.
So now I'm wondering, and like, again, we didn't have much time to like look into these articles, but this is just me thinking out loud. I wonder if Johnson & Johnson was a huge part of those vaccines that were already lined up and that was in phase 3 trials. And then once it was proven to be effective, that they were going to push out all those 10 million vaccines, like either at the end of this year or beginning of next year. So I wonder if they were a part of that. And then this person started experiencing like bad symptoms, and then now all those 10 million vaccines are like void.
I think out of the 3 or 4 companies, they probably all have something that's in production, and then like whatever the allotment that Johnson & Johnson had prepared, they're probably just going to dump those maybe. I don't know. I would say like if they're pausing something because of one person, number one, is that the smartest thing to do? You know, like one person?
Probably, because one person, you have to think about it on like a factorial
and
perspective.
How many people were in the trial?
Well, see, I don't know. They probably won't tell you that until years later.
If it was, 1,000, then one is too many.
Yeah.
You know, if it's 10,000, one still might be too many.
Yeah, it would have to be on a huge scale of like, they tested it on like, I would say 100,000 people, and then 1 in 100,000. That's still a lot. Like when you compare it, because there's like 320 million Americans that would be getting this vaccine if they all decide to take it.
Well, I mean, I'm probably going to wait the first round.
Yeah, I'm just going to wait to see what happens.
Yeah.
I'll probably be somewhere in the middle if I take it, depending. So
honestly, and this is just me personally. This is my personal view. With the mortality rate the way that it is, I'm probably just as concerned about the flu as I am COVID. So
yeah, when you look at mortality rate, everyone's really focused on the actually being able to catch it. I think it's way more contagious than the flu.
Yeah.
But I think mortality rate wise, I think it might be a little worse I'm not 100% sure though.
I want to see the U.S. death toll rate at the end of the year versus the U.S. death toll rate in the last 5 years. That's what I'm really interested in seeing.
I think it's gonna be like way down solely because people aren't driving, people aren't interacting with each other. Now, I'd be curious about is because people haven't been interacting with each other as much, would be what it looks like in 2021. Because you know how like whenever kids go on like summer vacation and then they come back and then like in the fall or winter they all get sick. It's because they haven't been around each other for a while, and someone picked up something somewhere on a vacation and then they brought it back to the school, and then everyone gets sick because they're not used to whatever strand that was.
Sure.
So I'd be curious to see what happens in 2021.
Yeah.
So 2020 I think is going to be down, but 2021 is going to be a weird year because 2021 is going to be the backlash of everything that happened this year.
Yeah.